Hello, everybody. Hello, friends. It's Laura Victoria Ward here in SoMATic Mat. This is a participatory exercise class with a lot of extra bits and pieces. It's a somatic exercise class, which means we are bringing our awareness and our relationship to our body really online. We're going to do some lymph flush, a bunch of other things, and woo, please, if you are joining my classes, please like and subscribe. I am trying to make a living here. And it really helps if you just like and subscribe. So if you're using this stuff, please, please, please. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's start standing up, just taking in breath and inhaling, filling up, expanding, getting bigger, reaching up to the heavens, and then softening, melting, letting the arms come down, relaxing in your shoulders. I'm just muting you, Susan, so you don't pop up in the video by accident. Inhale in the recording, lift and open. Oh, lift your heart, lift your lungs, and exhale, soften and release. Just doing this movement of opening and looking up, lifting your heart, chest, and lungs is going to make your body happier than if you never did that. So especially even if you're typing at a keyboard. Yeah, there's a reason this is the beginning of the sun salutation, right? The first thing we do in a sun salutation is lift and open and take it down and shift from side to side. Yeah, so if you're just typing at a keyboard, if you every once in a while you stop, ideally even stand up and just lift your arms up to the sky, the imaginary sky, the ceiling, or the actual sky. You're going to start opening up some of the fascia, some of the tissue in your body, shifting from side to side, letting your body weight shift. And as you're weight shifting from your tail to your head, there's a rippling movement through your spine. It's funny because I always feel like, oh, I'm really moving. And then I've looked at videos of myself doing this movement. I'm like, it's not moving that much. So then I try and add a little bit more movement. Not that we have to move so much, but sometimes we think it's more than what it is. Come into center and roll it up. Often we think it's more than it is. Internally rotate, externally rotate. So just inhale, again, arching, exhale, curl. Right now, I'm not really doing anything with my legs. My knees are just slightly bent, rounding and opening. It's a little bit of a cat-cow, not quite the same as the way we normally do it, but then let's make it into the bigger one. So I'm going to arch and open and exhale, hollow and curl. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, hollow and curl. Ideally, you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then relax that and shake it out. Give yourself a little bounce, jump up and down. Try and see if you can get some rebound. So maybe you're not jumping up and down, but maybe just, and see if you can feel some of the what is it? The ground force. You land and then boom, comes back up. Like if you land, if you let it, there's going to be a rebound. So think of finding that resilience. It's not just deadness, but it's like down, up, yeah, rebound. And then we're going to circle the pelvis. So circling your pelvis, pubic bone and tailbone. Think of your pubic bone and tailbone making that circle. And as you're doing that, free up the head and neck. So it doesn't have to do any extra movement, but if there's movement that feels good, allow that to happen. And change direction. Feeling your feet mobilizing on the floor. So your feet should be kind of moving around. Feet, ankles, knees, hips. So the knee is just a hinge. We don't want while it may appear that the knee is circling, that's not happening in the joint. All that movement is happening from the movement of the feet and the hip sockets. The knee is just bending and straightening. While it itself may be moving in a circle, the joint itself is not circling. Oh, and then we've got some hip movement going, taking it into spinal movement. So you can kind of figure eight it. the verb to figure eight it. And, well, what is the cat doing? Something bad. What do you got in there? I know it's bad. Go away. I can see him doing something bad, and I can see what, like, you can see the behavior in the body and go, oh, naughty things are happening over there. And of course, it's with a plant. It's the attention-seeking business. All right, let's do the lymph. Coming in to the triangle here. This is my, there we go, collarbone, sternocleidomastoid, right in there. 3 fingers circling. If you have moisturizer on or lotion on, it may be very slippery and slidey, which is kind of okay. When I studied connective tissue therapy, the idea was always not to wear lotion, not to have lotion on your hands, so that you're really moving the fascia and the skin. So, I mean, both things do different stuff. And then let's go with the other side, same thing. And right now I actually do have some, what is it called? It's not really lotion, but right now it's escaping me. Relax your neck and jaw. Relax your tongue. And then going up behind the angle of the jaw, right in there. Glycerin. That's what I've been putting on. Glycerin, just like glycerin by itself, which is actually really great for pole dancing for people who have dry skin, because it helps me stick on the pole, the sugar. Let that soften and release. And then we're going to add just in here to this little indentation just under your collarbones. You can get one on each side. What you got? Oh, you got a whole kitty brigade, looking incredibly cute. Yeah, so like sort of thymus area, you're moving it around. Oh, and Sky's in there too, huh? Sky is Susan's little black poodle. It's so cute and soft, stinking cute. All right, relax that, shake it out. We're going to come into armpit pectoral. I've been closed captioning some of the videos that I'm making for YouTube so that people can read it. And they actually have been transcribing the whole thing, right? But there is no abbreviation, there's no like capital letters, there's no punctuation, and sometimes the words are wrong. So I'm like going through, and it takes me maybe 2 or 3 hours to get one whole session semi-corrected, corrected enough that I can put it up. Change it to the other side, same thing. But it's made me very aware of all my sort of verbal tics, like sort of, or just do this, or yeah, right, so. Okay, let's take it in to the middle. Here's the xiphoid process, belly button right in the center of that. This one's deep in your body. And as I've said many times before, this one is the one that is most uncomfortable for me. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's fine. And I don't think it's uncomfortable because of the actual lymph node. I think it's all the things in front of it that are like, what are you doing? But when we kind of move our body in this way, we're requiring more of the tissue. So even if it's the organ tissue, it's like, okay, something's happening. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then come into your inguinal fold. So above the inguinal fold, groin area. And I move between, here's my ASIS, my anterior superior iliac spine. Here's my pubic bone. I'm going right into the middle and kind of moving from the middle towards that spinous process of my iliac. And then take it into the back of the knees. So the eye of the knee, one at a time or both at the same time. I like to bend my knees. Sometimes I bend and straighten. And then release it, shake it out, shake it out. Let's go into our face a little bit today. So we're gonna start right next to our nose. If you kind of like that, you should feel a little indentation getting in there. Circling around. And then you're going to come in to the side of your nose with your thumbs and just draw up to the middle of your eyebrow ridge. This doesn't have to be hard. You're not trying to tear anything. You're just moving in, getting some movement in there. Shake it out, shake it out. We're not going to do his whole flush. We're just going to go from there, tapping, third eye. You can tap around to the temples, relax your neck and jaw, and then come back into that place where we were initially started, right next to your nose. Just above in the little mustache area, and then the soul patch, relax the tongue, and then just the side, jaw, ear, temple. Last thing, coming to the top of your head, finding the sort of fontanelle center of your head and just bringing it down. You can itch it or drag it. And I want to say something that I've been very impressed with is that so much of the work of Emily Conrad and the people in Continuum now, like the things that we do, like there's a lot of stuff in Continuum where you're touching and making sound and doing stuff, and you're in a very deep place with that. But now I'm seeing that Dr. Perry Nicholson is doing a bunch of that stuff also. So it's interesting. He's a chiropractic doctor. Shake it all out, shake it all out. So it's interesting how the collective unconscious is birthing all of this stuff at the same time. And it's like, oh, you find it out over here. Like Emily Conrad was finding it out from a really movement, sound, breath, vibration, internal place. And Perry Nicholson, it's a little bit more mechanical. That's our medical system, even chiropractic, but he's doing a lot of the same stuff. All right, let's just twist. Looking behind you, feet are maybe shoulder distance apart, hip to shoulder distance apart. See what's behind you. Try to get your eyes to look all the way back there at the same spot on each side. So like as you go all the way back, try to go as far on each side. Whatever you're seeing back there, try to see it no matter which way you're turning. For me, I've got that painting back there, which is from an artist in Barcelona, that horizon line painting, which right this very second, I can't remember his name. All right, come in, circle your shoulders, bending the knees, letting that really mobilize rib cage, lungs, heart, scapula, collarbones, and then change direction up and over. And then arms up over your head, feet wide, side to side. So I've been waking up and first thing taking a walk before anything else. The cat gets fed, I go pee, and then I go take a walk. And it can be a very short walk or a longer walk, whatever feels good to me. And it's quite amazing. And actually this morning, Anthony did it too. He's still out there. It's given me a lot more energy. I think there's something very important for the cells in our eyes. I heard this from a Norwegian woman yesterday, that the cells in our eyes, and you might have heard this from Andrew Huberman too, Linda, the cells in our eyes are taking in the light, and it does something to our circadian rhythm. So when we are outside in space, and also tracking. It's doing so many things to our primitive brain, circadian rhythm, all these different systems. Let's take it down to the floor. Yeah, sometimes it's good to know why, and sometimes it doesn't matter. You could just reap the benefits without knowing all the science. It's funny, I was talking to Anthony yesterday, or 2 days ago, about all this breath work that I've been doing, and how like some of them are kind of more science-based and some of them are more sort of spirit-based, and like, you know, be one with the whole planet and all this kind of stuff. And Anthony's like, well, which one do you believe? And I'm like, both of them. One doesn't negate the other. It's the same. It's just a different perspective. Anyway, all right, let's do spirals. So we're going to spiral, take it down to the floor. And then the other way. You can draw the big rainbow with your arms if that feels good. And yeah, my theme of the year, which I sort of came up with in the collective group of people that were doing the intention setting ritual with me, is becoming grounded in wonder. So like, I feel like this is a great place. Here we're in the ground, and as we open out and look around and lift our arms, we can find the wonder, right? Grounded in wonder. Wonder tends to be a very up thing for me, and grounded is a very down thing. So grounded in wonder. And wonder is such a childlike, fantastic thing to have in your life. Certainly, if you're lacking in play or enjoyment, try lifting your eyes up and looking at the sky. Look at the tops of the trees, look at the tops of the building, see what's up there. Become curious. All right, enough of that. Enough of that wonder. Let's get down to business. Back of the hands towards each other, halfway down, and inhale, open it up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm right on the creaky floor. Inhale, exhale, inhale, spiraling halfway down, serve the sandwich, open up the arms, present the platter. Exhale, halfway down, inhale, open, expand. Back of the hands towards each other, spiraling, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open it up from the heart, radiating out through the arms, through the fingertips. Actually, you know what would be an interesting way of doing this? We're just going to change it slightly. I'm going to try and come to a different place. So we're going to go like, we're going to gather, and then we're going to scatter. Gathering in, and then scattering out. Gathering in, scattering out. So it's just changing the way that we're moving. Gather it in, scatter it out. Like here we are, collecting the harvest, and then we're sowing the seeds. Collecting the harvest and sowing the seeds. I sound like a Nia class. Inhale, open, exhale. And if that is exciting to you and you like that kind of stuff where we're really using metaphors, then you could try studying with Debbie Rosas, Nia. It's fun. Hands behind you on the floor, press your pelvis up. Let's just go up there and pulse right away. You can do this with your back down on the floor if your wrists or shoulders hurt. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Walk your butt from side to side. Let the back of your head and neck release. I took a Nia class many, many years ago, shortly after having done Laban movement analysis. And I was like, wow, they're using, you know, all of these different things, but it's so childlike. And at that time in my life, I was sort of threatened by that. Like, well, I'm doing it, but it's like this. And it's like, it's all just movement. We got to just calm down. Everyone needs to move, whichever way makes you feel good. If you want to pick the cherry and put it in the basket, great. If you want to go to high right, crossing down a low left, same thing. But we just have, it's just like is the breath work about spirit or is it science? It's about being alive either way. Let's roll back and forth. Rounding through your spine. If rolling forward and backward is uncomfortable, then don't do it. You can always go side side. Breathing. If it feels good to plow, go ahead and take a plow. And then take it down onto your back. Let's open and close into, so let's open all the way up and then fold onto one side. Opening as we roll through, expansive, and then folding in and closing ourselves. Open it up, blossom open, and then fold in. Unfurl. Furl. Is furling a word? If we unfurl, can we furl? Pull it in. Open it up. Relaxing your neck and shoulders as much as you can. So it's massaging out your back. And if your back is hurting, take it really slow. Think of sort of pouring. You could also do it with your knees bent the whole time. You could pour yourself from one side to the other, pouring and spreading, or just pouring without spreading. So here's the opening, expansive, or not. Good, let's bring it in. And let's get our weights. So if you have weights, grab them. If you don't have weights, no worries. We were talking earlier in the class before I turned on the recording about options for weights. You could use a can. My mom had 2 fantastically duct taped together cans, which was what she was using for her workout, in a house where there's like multiple sets of weights. It's so funny. My mom has to do things her way, which I appreciate because I am very much like that. But it's like, oh, there's a bunch of weights. Oh, they're not exactly perfect. I need these ones. Okay, perfect. I love the creativity of the duct tape cans, but we're gonna knock our knees together, open feet wide, pigeon-toed knock knee, circles with the arms. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. So I'm holding my 2 weights together. You might have 1 5-pound weight that you could circle around. And I have 2 3-pound weights. We're working with really light weights right here, especially if we're working in these joints. If we haven't spent a lot of time using weight, we don't want to injure ourselves. Change direction. Gentle in the joints until you've built some resilience in there. Yeah, I feel like my house is talking to me as it's like creaking around. Come in and let's take the legs back to parallel. We're going to take the arms up and just internally and externally rotate. So this isn't like very difficult. This feels very easy, but it's just giving the tissue some mobility and some hydration. So thinking of the fascia in our body as a very 3-dimensional matrix that's filling our whole body. And when we move in more 3-dimensional ways, we get more resilience and health in our fascia. And of course, all movement is naturally 3-dimensional, but I mean, when we have, like right now, my arm, if I was, I'm using the Laban version of 3-dimensional. So up, down, side, side, forward, backward, the vertical, the horizontal, the sagittal. If I spiral, I'm going to be more 3-dimensional. All right, let's come up onto your knees, onto your butt, or standing, however it feels good to you, and open up into this Y shape, taking the hands down and up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you need to stop, stop. Otherwise, 3 more. 13, 14, 15. Take a break for a second. And I'm going to put out a PSA. One of my friends is going away for the month of February and would love to rent out her house in Kingston, which is a really cute little house. Not that far from my house. So if anybody wants to take a month off and come to Kingston for a month and rent a house, I think she was looking for $1,500 for the month. Yeah, 1,500 up and down. Or if somebody wanted to just come for a week, come for 2 weeks, that is also possible too. So she has a really cute house. She's really rockabilly. She's a singer, a musician, and her house is all like red, black, and white, very rockabilly. It would be the perfect place actually for my brother and his wife to come. They love it. They love all that stuff. It's very close to their aesthetic, or my brother's wife particularly. 5 more. 4, lift and open the chest and heart. 3, big breathing. 2 and 1, and relax. Okay. So if you're watching this in posterity, we are in January of 22, right? You might be like, yeah, I want to do that. But now it's like 10 years later, and that's not a possibility. Or it's a month later and it's too late. Okay, let's come into we're doing sort of a different class today. Let's come onto hands and knees. I'm going to adjust my mat again so you get a better view. I'm going to push my feet, and I'm going to take off my socks because this works better if my foot can stick on the floor. My fabulous kitty socks came down from Alex. All right. You're going to reach out through your heel, push back with your heel, and then you're going to come forward over the top of your foot. You're going to push into your hands, curl and round. Curl over the heel, push back. This is an arch. Coming forward over the top of your foot, push with your hands, round your spine. This is a curl. Toes curl under, reach back through your heel, arch your back. Exhale, hollow and curl. It's probably a full breath in each direction. Reach back, push out through your heel, stretching your calf over the top of the foot, round, push with your arms. Last one on this side, arch and open, hollow and curl. Change it to the other side, push back through the heel, arch, top of the foot, hollow and curl. Toes curl under, arch, back, top of the foot, hollow and curl. Toes push back, arch and open, top of the foot, hollow and curl. Toes push back, arch and open, hollow and curl. Arch, reaching through the heel, stick out your butt. Top of the foot to the floor, push your arms around your spine. Last one, arch, reach it out. And then top of the foot, hollow and curl. And let's come back down onto our backs. I want to do the big leg circles. Down onto your back, hands down by your sides. Legs are going to come up, flex, reach out, open, all the way down. Up the middle, flex, reach out. You can work in a range of motion that feels good to you. Does not have to be the same size as what I'm doing. Work in something that feels right in your body. It might be very small, it might be very gentle, or it might be way bigger. Is that even possible? Yes, it is. Last one. Let's leave the legs out to the side, grab onto your inner thighs, circle your feet. And change direction, other way. And then lower your feet to the floor. Let's do this with a block. I really like this exercise. I made it up when I was in Costa Rica with my brother a long time ago. I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world who made up this exercise, but we're going to take your block, stick it in between your knees. Feet are parallel. So here's my block this way in between my knees. Feet are parallel. Hands behind the head. You're going to take a deep breath in, squeeze your legs together. It doesn't have to be a huge squeeze. On the scale of 1 to 10, maybe it's like a 2 or a 3. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top, arch. And exhale, roll it down. Inhale at the bottom, open. Alternating sides. Exhale, up. Inhale, arch. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you're rolling up, and then on the top, you're trying to arch, and then roll it back down. Open up. Exhale. Inhale. Arch. Exhale. Inhale. The block is there to help stabilize the lower body. And this gets movement in my rib cage, in my diaphragm, clearly in my organs as well, the rest of the organs. But this gets a certain movement pattern that I really don't find in any other exercise. And relax it down. Take your block out. Just turn your head from side to side. Let the room come into your eyes, or let the space around you enter your eyes very gently. Easy body. Relax your neck. Relax your head. Relax your jaw. Take a big yawn if that feels good. And you can also imagine that your hands are yawning, your chest is yawning. You could imagine your feet yawning. So that energy of yawning can expand out into different parts of your body. And let's wiggle our fingers and toes around. So finding some awareness in the hands and feet. You can put them up in the air, leave them on the floor, however it feels good to you. Just getting some energy and some awake awareness into these digits, these fingers and toes that we have. Isn't it funny that they're called digits? And also that numbers are called digits. And we tend to use our hands and feet for counting, like the idea of 5 finger or whatever, 10 toes, 10 fingers, even though including the thumb. I know that can be very confusing. All right, let's pick up our pelvis, interlace the hands behind the back. You're going to inhale, tippy toes, and exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, pressing up, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Trying to keep the pelvis high as the heels go up and down. Inhale, exhale. Use your breath. Push the floor away with the arms. If you can't interlace your hands, that's okay. Just push the floor away. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Slowly open the hands, shoulders widen. Roll it down to the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Take your time. And then come in for a landing. And let yourself wiggle around. Shift your pelvis, let your rib cage free up. So think of the 3 big bony structures, your pelvis, your ribs, and your head. We could also say your guts, your heart, and your mind, and let them sort of free up the relationship. So it's not rigidly stuck, but there's some freedom, some mobility. Those 3 big structures can sort of dance together. When one moves, there may be a ripple up to the next one, to the next one. So there's this rippling up and down, freedom in your body. And do it as easily and gently as feels good in your body. Wiggling, shaking, jiggling, letting it go. So we tend to hold different parts of our body, sometimes in our neck or our throat, or sometimes in our glutes or in our belly or in our wherever, just shoulders. The invitation with all of this is to let some of that soften, melt, and fall away. Whatever rigid structures your body is holding on to, whatever patterning you are, I want to say holding in your life, in your system, just let it soften, let it break up. Free movement, jiggling, internal jostling. Let that free up the stuck stuff. And then we'll take the knees up, hands out to the sides, tick-tocking your legs from side to side, big spiral, turning your head away from your legs. Letting it massage through your back. And if you want to make it harder, you can straighten out your legs. Working with either flexed feet or pointed feet, the longer we extend the leg, sort of the more work it is. And then come in. If you have traveled around your room, readjust. Let me try this diagonal and see if the creaking is just as prevalent over here. Hands behind your head, one leg in, one leg out. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little faster, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Turn your head from side to side. Relax your neck, jaw, and tongue. Soften your shoulders. Let your spine free up inside your body. You can think of wagging your head and tail. Yeah, so if we do start to free up our spine, the stuff around our spine also is going to start to free up. Or it might be the other way around. When the stuff around our spine starts to free up, the spine starts to free up. We find these systems together. And let's go for a happy baby. Wiggling around. Babying. Letting the baby be playful, free flow, listening into your own body. What would feel good right now? And then shake it all out. Shake, shake, shake. I'll make some sound. Relax your tongue and neck. Relax your shoulders. And we'll come in and do this. We're going to come up, sitting on your butt. Let's just take a quick spiral in each direction before we move on. Feeling the whole length of your spine. We're going to inhale, lift, open up, hello to the sky. Exhale, fold it forward, release, surrender. Inhale, lift it back up into the vertical. Take your hands behind you like you're doing a back dive. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, push, and exhale, fold. Inhale, press, exhale, fold. Inhale, press, exhale, fold. If that is too much, you can always do it with bent knees. Always make it work for you. So adjust or skip it if necessary. You can always hang out in the forward fold. Look at the sky. Forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhale, back dive. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale. exhale. Back to the beginning. Arch, chest, lungs, heart, look up, open up. Inspiration. Exhale, fold forward. Surrender and let go. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Soles of your feet together. Big diamond shape. You want to put your head on the floor right behind your heels. So it's not the same as Baddha Konasana where your heels are up closer. It's far away. Take it down. Breathe. Big three-dimensional breath. And then roll it up. And we're going to come onto our sides with the knees bent. So knees are bent. You're on your elbow. I'm trying to get into the best angle without the creaking floor, but the best angle so you can actually see what I'm doing. You guys in class know, but the people in TV land might not know. You're going to inhale, lift, exhale, spiral, look under your armpit, inhale, unfurl, exhale, lower your hips, inhale up, exhale, spiral, inhale, open, exhale, down, inhale, lift, exhale, spiral, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, inhale up, twist, open, take it down, up, twist, open, lower, up, twist, open, lower, two more, up, twist, open, lower, last one, up, twist, lift, and come down. And we're going to do this crazy side push-up that I love and haven't done in here forever. You're going to take your bottom leg forward and your top leg back. So my foot is touching my knee. My top arm, my bottom arm is going to wrap. My top arm is going to touch the floor. I'm going to touch my shoulder down to the floor and then push up. Yep, that's it. Going down and up. 1, go all the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we're gonna go for 15, 13, hello tricep, 14, 15, and then swing your legs around, take it all the way to the other side, starting with your knees bent, the side forearm, inhale up, exhale spiral, inhale open, exhale lower, open, twist, open, lower down, up, spiral, open, down, up, spiral, open, down, up, spiral, lift, lower, up, spiral, lift, lower, up, spiral, lift, lower, last one, up, and spiral, and lift, and take it down. Bottom knee comes forward, top knee goes back. Your foot is touching your knee. Top hand to the floor, bottom hand wraps. Shoulder down, push the floor away. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And relax. Come up, shake it out. or lay down and shake it out, however you want to shake it out. Let it go. Have a sip of your water or your coffee or your tea, whatever you've got. It's coffee for me this morning. Cheers. Make sure to stay hydrated. We're almost out of time, but I still want to do a few more things. So let's come on to hands and knees. And take one leg right back behind you. So it's directly behind you. And in that position, you're going to make circles with the leg. So maybe soccer ball size circles. Shoulders wide, neck is long. If you feel like you want to make this harder, take the opposite hand up off the floor. And then flex your foot in the back and change direction. And lower your hand down. Touch your top of your foot to the floor, up and down with that leg. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax for a second. Take both elbows down to the floor. Same leg, one more time, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it all the way down to the floor. Relax, surrender and let go. Shift your butt to one side. You can take your arms to the other side. Let your head drop down, release into it. And then switch it. And then just let your pelvis go away from your head back and forth a few times. Letting your head drop down and come into center, roll up. And let's take it into the other side. So we start with the leg behind us. Small circles, find the midline of your body. Make sure you're connecting to that midline at some point in the circle. So it's not just all out here, but it's right behind and underneath you. Opposite arm optional, off the floor. Change direction in the back. You can flex your foot if you want. I don't know if I remember to say that on the last side, but really up to you. And then take your hand down, top of the foot to the floor, pointed foot, up and down for 10. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoulders wide, neck is long. 7, 8, 9, 10. Elbows to the floor. Same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Take your butt back. Shift from side to side. Can go back and forth a few times. And then come into center and roll it up. And let's come into this one. It's going to be one foot is in front of the other, just like that. And just from there, taking it forward and down. Breathe into it. Let go. And then bring it up, switch it to the other side. And bring it up. Take your legs out in front of you, bang them up and down, rotate in and out. I'm just going to take my hands inside each side of the top of my knee and massage out that space. So I'm pulling the tissue up and away, kind of digging in the top part of my knee. Also, you can do the same thing just under your knee. Giving it some loving kindness, some love to the knees. I've never had knee pain until sort of this stage in my life. And most of the time my knees don't hurt, but I definitely feel like, oh, they don't have, like before I could do anything and never have a problem. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I got to bring more awareness into them. So part of that is really giving the joint some extra movement around the outside, like so that you're getting some movement in the tissue underneath, movement in the tissue over, maybe a little bit behind as well, right? That's going to bring blood flow, lubrication to the area. Yeah, go with the other side, just giving a little bit more. If you feel into your muscles and they're really tight and knotted up, that's like heading in the direction of an injury. So we want to soften inside our bodies as much as possible. Muscles don't want to be engaged all the time. They have to be loose, soft, and easy. And that's, you know, your fascia is all routed through there. Taking your butt up to the ceiling, shifting from side to side. Movement in our systems that move with each other. That is health. Bring it in, roll it up, coming all the way up to the top. Coherent systems that are working together. Inhale, open. Exhale, let's sparkle out and shake. Ziggy Stardust fingers. Inhale, open. Or just Stardust. It doesn't have to be Ziggy Stardust. It could just be Stardust fingers, but Ziggy Stardust is way cooler than plain old Stardust. So inhale, open. Shaking, sparkling up your life, making it more fun, grounding yourself in wonder, all the things. And everybody in TV land, if you made it this far, bravo, pat yourself on the back, you did it. Everybody else,